Oh boy, Angel Reese is not happy. And she's letting the world know about it, man. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Atlanta Dream Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showman. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave your comments. What's up, everybody? Angel Reese ain't happy. All-Star votes are out. Angel Reese is not a starter. And she's letting people know this is some disrespectful shit. That nobody from the Atlanta Dream was selected as a starter for the WNBA All-Star Game. We know who she's talking about. She's really talking about herself, but it sounds better when it's the entire team, right? But who is she really mad at? Ask yourself that question. Who is Angel Reese really mad at? Let's take a look. Let's take a look because, half the vote does belong to the fans, right? The fans are half the vote, right? Well, let's take a look right here for the front court. The fan vote had Aaliyah Boston 1, Asia Wilson 2, Brianna Stewart 3, Jessica Shepard 4, Gabby Williams 5, Angel Reese 6, Natasha Howard 7. The media vote had Brianna Stewart 1, Asia Wilson 2. They had Brianna Stewart and Asia Wilson. Wow. Oh my God. Like the media covers this. Jesus Christ. I didn't even realize that. I dead ass didn't realize that the media actually voted Brianna Stewart ahead of Asia Wilson. Wow. Yeah, that's ridiculous also. Uh these are the people that write about your sport. So Brianna Stewart 1, Asia Wilson 2, Jessica Shepard 3, Natasha Howard 4, Aaliyah Boston 5, Angel Reese 6, and Gabby Williams 7. And then the player ranking. Asia Wilson 1, Brianna Stewart 2, Jessica Shepard 3, Gabby Williams 4, which I think is outrageous. Natasha Howard 5, Angel Reese 6, and Aaliyah Boston 8. Now, let's start there. Now let's go to the guards. Ryan Howard was ninth among the fan vote, fourth among the media, and second among the players. Alicia Gray was seventh in the fan vote, eighth in the media vote, and sixth on the players. So neither of them is a starter either. But let's really go look at the Angel Reese situation. Problem number one, and I'm going to say the problems before who I think she's really mad at. Problem number one, Gabby Williams should not be listed in the front court. Gabby Williams is what, 6'1"? I need you to understand this. Gabby Williams is, I want to get her exact height. She's 6 foot. She's 5'11", folks. How is Gabby Williams, who is listed at let's say that's Wikipedia. Let's look at the ESPN page. Listed at 5'11". Let's look at the WNBA page. Listed at 5'11". So Gabby Williams is 5'11". How is she listed on the front court? She is 3 inches shorter than Ryan Howard, who's a guard. She is 2 inches shorter or so, or inch shorter than Alicia Gray, who's a guard. She's shorter than Sabrina. She's shorter than, she's the same height as Caitlin Clark. She's shorter than Paige Beckers. She's around the same height as Olivia Miles. So Gabby Williams is listed as a front court player. I view front court players in the WNBA as power forwards and centers. Small forwards are not front court players in the WNBA because guess what? Ryan Howard actually plays small forward for the Atlanta Dream. That's one thing. Sonia Citrone for the Washington Mystics, she plays small forward, realistically. She's back and forth, small forward, shooting guard. But basically, small forwards in the WNBA are wings. Shooting guards in the WNBA are wings. How is Gabby Williams, who is the height of a guard, listed as a front court player amongst the likes of Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Jessica Shepard, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, Angel Reese, Nneka Ogwumike, Kiki Iriafen, and Dominique Malonga? Those are all big ass chicks, right? So that's problem number one. And because Gabby Williams was listed as a front court player and not a guard, as she should be, as a guard, like Ryan Howard, as she should be, well, Angel Reese is on the outside looking in because the players decided that Gabby Williams has been better than Angel Reese. They ranked her number 4. They ranked Reese number 6. They actually ranked Aaliyah Boston number 8. Now, statistically speaking, Gabby Williams is averaging 15.8 points, 3.8 boards, 2.3 assists. There's no way that she should be ranked ahead of Angel Reese. Like, what are we doing? There's no way. There's no way that Gabby Williams should be regarded as a better front court player than Angel Reese. Gabby Williams is shooting 41.6%. 41.6%. Angel Reese is shooting 41.3%. So not better, a little bit worse, but she's averaging 3 times as many rebounds, almost the same amount of assists. Actually, Angel Reese is averaging more assists than Gabby Williams. So the fact that Gabby Williams is ranked ahead, 2 spots ahead of Angel Reese, is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I mean, it's a joke. It's almost as if they really wanted to make Gabby Williams an all-star this year in the WNBA. But that's problem number one. Now, the bigger problem at hand, the real problem at hand. And Angel Reese doesn't understand this. She wanted to be in Atlanta. She wanted to be in Atlanta. Remember that. She wanted to be in Atlanta. Now, last year, as a member of the Chicago Sky, Angel Reese was 5th in overall voting for front court players. She received 506,741 votes behind Nafisa Collier, Aaliyah Boston, Asia Wilson, and Brianna Stewart. Now, naturally, you couldn't account for the fact that Jessica Shepard is having such a good season. And you couldn't account for the fact that Natasha Howard is having a sensational season. Natasha Howard, as a member of the Indiana Fever last year, got 465,000 votes. Now, obviously, Jessica Shepard is nowhere to be found because, well, she wasn't that type of player last year. This year, she's been fantastic. And to say she hasn't been fantastic would be a lie. I mean, she's had multiple triple doubles. She's been awesome. I mean, she's been fantastic for the Dallas Wings. The problem should not be with Jessica Shepard. The problem should be with Gabby Williams, number one. But number two, the real problem should truly be with the Atlanta Dream fans. You wanted to be in Atlanta. You picked Atlanta. Here's the problem in Atlanta, Angel, and I'm going to remind you. And I'm going to remind you. Atlanta doesn't care about your team. You play in a Band-Aid box. You play in a closet. They don't go to your games. They don't care about your games. Atlanta as a fan base fucking sucks. Bluntly, it's a bad fan base. It's a bad fan base in every sport. They don't go to Atlanta Braves playoff games. They don't go to games. They don't go to Hawks games. They don't care about sports in Atlanta. I don't even think they care about the Atlanta Falcons. Realistically, Atlanta is not a sports town. In fact, Atlanta might be a worse sports town, sports city than Miami. Miami's pretty goddamn bad. I live here. Miami might be one of the worst sports cities in the country. Atlanta is probably worse. Because at least when the Miami Heat are winning, people are going. At least the Miami Heat sell out every game, regardless of if they're good or not. If they're good or not, at least, I mean, they're sold out. The Florida Panthers are kicking ass right now. Or until this year. They didn't do too well this year, but last 2 years, Stanley Cup champions, back-to-back years, in the finals 3 straight years, arena packed up, full, parades, all that good stuff. Your own city didn't vote for you. The Angel Reese fans didn't vote for you. See, that's where we go back to the whole thing about the Angel Reese contingent of fan base. They're frauds. They're fakes. They're fugazi. Angel Reese got 506,000 votes total. I just want to remind you. I just want to remind you of this very, very clearly. You can vote every single day, once a day. Every single day, you can vote once. So if Angel Reese has 100,000 fans, I mean, because she does have millions of followers on social media, right? This is an online voting system. She got 506,000 votes last year. I don't know what she got this year because they haven't published it anywhere. But let's just say, for example, let's say she got 600,000 votes this year. Let's just throw that number out there because she got 506 last year. Let's move it up 100,000. Let's say she got 600,000 votes. With those 600,000 votes, if you have 100,000 fans and you got 3 weeks to vote, and you can vote every single day, and every single fan votes every single day for 3 straight weeks, that should give you about 2 million votes. 2 million votes. I'll tell you on record, I voted for Angel Reese probably 10 times. I didn't cast the ballot every single day, but I probably voted for Angel Reese 10 times on my All-Star ballots because I did probably vote like 20 times, and after about the 10th time, I just voted for Caitlin Clark 10 more times. Because I did vote I voted almost every single day, pretty much every single day. But my first 10 days, I was putting a full ballot. And then I saw how it looked like I thought Caitlin Clark was kind of getting fucked. And I'm being completely transparent. So I simply voted for Caitlin Clark by herself for the last 10 ballots I submitted. But I voted for Angel Reese over and over and over again because I think Angel Reese is an all-star. I think Angel Reese belongs on the all-star team. Some of the fans, people that watch my podcast, may not like that. But I think Angel Reese is actually way better than people think. They make fun of her. They poke fun of her. Sure, she can't make layups, but 15 and 12 is 15 and 12. 15 and 12 is 15 and 12. Yeah, she misses shots. Fine, whatever. 15 and 12 is still 15 and 12, and she's having a really good season, in my opinion. Now, can her shooting percentage come up if she plays smarter basketball and stops just throwing shit up at the fucking rim, hoping it goes in rather than kicking back out for threes after a rebound? Yeah, absolutely. But her anger is actually aimed at the Atlanta Dream fan base, the Angel Reese fan base, who act like act like fans who are social media fans. But when it comes to doing real shit, I don't like buying merch, buying her shoes, buying all her stuff, and honestly, voting for her for All-Star team and watching her games because they don't. Well, that's who her anger is aimed at. She says here, I expect to be disrespected. Yes, you should, because your fan base sucks. Your individual fan base sucks, Angel. Let's keep it a buck. Let's not lie to ourselves. The Angel Reese fan base is fugazi as shit. It's always been fugazi as shit, and they puff their chest and they give money in the super chats to the podcast that they like. That's all fine and dandy. That's all cute. But reality is reality. The Angel Reese fan base flat out sucks. If you don't believe it, well, Angel Reese ain't starting. I mean, how else do I make you believe something that's real? Angel Reese is not starting in the All-Star game. She's not starting. And she's not starting because her fan base sucks. It says right here, I expect to be disrespected. For those two, though, I think they work so hard and they put a lot of work in, and the way that they're guarded every game and they have to adjust. The reason why we're here, we are where we are is because of those two. That's so sweet. That's subliminal. That's not real. We know that's not real. We know that's not real. Ryan Howard shooting 41.7% from the floor. Hell, Alicia Gray's only at about 44% this year. You really? Really? The way they're guarded, I watched them play tonight. They barely got they don't get double teamed. They're one-on-one matchups. I've just watched them play tonight against the freaking Washington Mystics. They're one-on-one matchups. I watched Cassandra Prosper pretty much lock down Ryan Howard the last 6 minutes of the game by herself. By herself. Because Ryan Howard was cooking early on. And then I watched Cassandra Prosper, a rookie, just lock her up. They're not being doubled. They're not being tripled. Now she's saying, for us, not to have anyone was just a slap in the face, but they're not going to say anything. I am. Okay, say something. Well, you should be upset with your fan base. If that's the reality, you should be upset with your fan base. And I know that's who you are upset with because the reality is the players voted Ryan Howard number 2. The players voted Alicia Gray number 6. I think I saw there a second ago. The players voted you number 6, which is good enough to be an all-star. But they also voted Gabby Williams, who's a fucking guard, as the number 4 front court player, who has worse numbers than you. So you should be upset with that too. So you should feel disrespected by your fellow player as well. The media, I thought, had you ranked properly. I think you're number 6 of the. I mean, although Aaliyah Boston, I go back and forth with. You could be 5 or 6. Aaliyah Boston was overranked as far as votes. She got all the votes because of Caitlin Clark. Yeah, her player ranking at number 8. I think that's a little bit low, personally. I don't think she. I mean, I get frustrated with her, but I don't think she's the 8th best front court player realistically. I mean, or maybe she is. I don't know. But I'm back and forth with her. But you're getting mad. You should be mad. You should be mad at your fans. Mad at the Atlanta Dream fans, all 3,500 of them, because that's the building you play in, a 3,500 seat arena. You play in a closet. In a closet. I mean, let's keep it a buck. Reese, Howard, and Gray will all be selected as reserve all-stars. Let's keep it real right there. Let's start off with that. They're all going to be reserves in the All-Star game because they're all deserving. Jordan Canada could be a 4th one potentially. So she also says, congrats to the ones that were nominated. They are well deserved, but it's a very big shocker to see that none of us were starters, especially where we are as a team in the league. Well, respectfully, Angel, you're coming off of a 4-game losing streak, and actually up until today, it was 3 straight losses. And on top of that, now it turns out that only 85 players turned in ballots of the 180 WNBA players. Did you turn in a ballot? Did your team turn in ballots? I'm asking because if 95 players did not turn in ballots, and I'm reading that the LA Sparks didn't even get their ballots, well, that's another thing to think about. Now, she says, I'm sure we're still going to be all-stars. I have no doubt in my mind that we still will be, but I think it is important to note that none of us were starters on a team that has had so much success this year. Again, you're 12-8. You're 12-8. You're not 16-4. You're 12-8. And here's where it comes out. Reese said she wishes Dream fans would have galvanized around their players. There's the call out. Wow. I haven't really said much this year in the media because honestly, it's been tough for me over the last 2 years, but I feel like it was important for me to speak for my teammates that don't necessarily speak for themselves all the time. I know the work they put in. I know the reason why I'm in Atlanta is because of them. I know that the team's success is based off of those two as well. Again, she's calling out the Atlanta Dream fans. You wanted to be in Atlanta, Angel. You're in Atlanta. You're in Chocolate City. And the reality is, Chocolate City doesn't give a flying fuck about you, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, or anyone on the Atlanta Dream. They don't even know the team exists. That's why you're still playing in a freaking closet in Southwest Atlanta and not where the freaking Atlanta Hawks play or where Georgia Tech plays or hell, where, I don't know, a large high school plays. Because the reality is nobody in Atlanta gives a shit about sports. That's how it's been for quite some time. That's how it is with the Braves, with the Hawks, with the Falcons, with the Thrashers. Do they still have the Atlanta Thrashers up in Atlanta? I don't even know. But nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Do they have the Thrashers? Are the Thrashers still in the NHL? They sure as hell are not. So they moved. They moved because nobody cared. They moved because nobody cared. Nobody has cared about Atlanta sports forever. Forever. So you should have really let your fan base know they fucking suck. That's all I got. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave your comments. Atlanta fans, where you at? Stand up, motherfuckers, because y'all disappointed Angel Reese. Have a good one. This is Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Energy Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.